Hi, my name is Delffy Humer, a Guerrero Dede, and I'm gonna fight on 19th of November in FightStar. This is gonna be my second fight, and I'm so happy, I'm so excited to fight there.
All right. Delffy, thank you very much for sitting down and talking with us. I wanted to speak to you not only because you're one of the newer members of GB Top Team, but also you have a pretty incredible kind of story, like how you started in MMA. So we'll start, first of all, how long have you been with Great Britain Top Team now?
Now I'm in GB Top Team like for 3 months. Yeah, 3 months.
Okay, and how have you been finding it? What do you think about GB Top Team?
My first time in GB Top Team, I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe that I gonna train with Brad Pickett and fight of UFC like Nathaniel or Mark Diakinze and so many fights of Bellator and all the promotions. So I'm so happy to be here. I feel so comfortable. I don't want to leave this gym. I want to stay here forever.
I don't think I've ever seen you not smiling while you're here. So it shows. It shows how happy you are when you're here. So let's go back a bit. So tell me how you first got into MMA, or actually tell me where are you from originally? So
I come from the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
This is like a small country in Central America. My country is Caribbean, so I come from there.
Sure. And how did you first get into MMA?
First of all, I start with Jiu-Jitsu. I start with Jiu-Jitsu, but I said, Jiu-Jitsu look a little bit boring, and I was saw the fight of MMA. And I said, oh, maybe I have to fight this. I had to change. But my teacher, he told me, no, you can do Jiu-Jitsu and training MMA. And I said, okay. So I'm gonna do boxing, and after I'm gonna do Jiu-Jitsu. If I mix, maybe this is gonna be MMA.
Sure.
So I start MMA like this.
Okay. How? Obviously, Dominican Republic obviously is a very small country, so I presume that MMA, there isn't a lot of like kind of MMA gyms out in the Dominican Republic. Is that right?
Yeah, well, you can find some MMA gym, but not like a full MMA. There you have, for example, striking, Jiu-Jitsu or wrestling, but no MMA full. You have to train it like a boxing in this academy, Jiu-Jitsu in another academy, wrestling in another academy, and maybe like this you can put together all these martial arts, and this is going to be MMA.
I wanted to talk a little bit about obviously your situation while you're out in the Dominican Republic. So from what I hear, you were from quite a large family. So you've got quite a few siblings, like brothers and sisters, and that things money-wise, it was very kind of tough to afford training and that sort of stuff. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. In the Dominican Republic, I never pay for training because my coach, he told me, you can come and you pay with clean the academy. If you can clean the academy, you can pay with that.
Okay.
Or maybe you can train it hard every day and you can pay with your sweat. But you cannot, if you cannot lift one day to train it, because one day is really important. So you have to train it every day and pay with this, with your sweat.
Sure.
And I said, okay, so I start training without pay, and all my brother, Teo starts with me, but Teo said, I don't like this, I don't feel comfortable.
Sure.
So I had to start alone completely.
Sure.
But first of all, I started with my first sport was baseball.
Okay.
Because I was born next to the baseball
Field.
yeah, field. Yeah, so every day was played baseball at night, in the morning, all the time. But I didn't have money for paid the academy, so I had to go out because I didn't have money. And I started with surf because I come from Dominican Republic in Cabarete.
Sure.
Cabarete is a small city in Dominican Republic, and you can do surf, kite surf, windsurf. And I start with surf, but surf is really expensive because you have to buy so many things, really expensive. And I didn't have money, so I go for football.
Yeah.
But in football, I was really well. This was my first medal was in football.
Okay.
Yeah, but in football, the coach they left. I don't know what happened. So we don't have nothing to do, and I said, okay, maybe I have to go somewhere else to train because I want to train a sport. I want to be big in some sport.
Sure.
And I found jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
So I started with jiu-jitsu. After 3 months, I said, no, this is so boring. I had to train in boxing, but my coach told me, no, you are so small. You cannot train in boxing now. First, you need to be like a 6 month or 8 month.
Sure.
In jiu-jitsu, and after you can jump to boxing.
Okay.
And I said, no. I had to train it. I gonna train it.
Sure.
So he said, okay, you can start tomorrow. And after you will tell me how you feel. After my first week training boxing, he told me, I know you don't gonna come back for your second week because your body is gonna be in pain. And I come back and I said, I'm here. Look at me. Say, I can see you will be bigger. That's why you don't gonna pay now.
So you're very determined in making it in some way, shape, or form. You had your first fight about a month ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, 1 month ago.
And that went really, really well.
Yeah, it was good. I was so excited, so happy.
How did? What were the nerves like? How did you feel? Because obviously you fought before, I believe, in Dominican Republic, right?
Yeah.
So how did it feel, kind of fighting in a new country for a new gym? How were you feeling beforehand?
Oof, I feel like I'm in UFC because I never saw so many cameras, so many people watching you. Because in the Dominican Republic, my first fight was like next to the down of the rain.
Okay.
Yeah, so the octagon was really sleeping.
Sure.
And I was really cold. And not too much camera, was like a 1 or 2, not too many people, and was not comfortable. So now I come here. My first fight was in Cage Warrior. So many people. You come to in the Cage Warrior. They check you like if you have some pain, something, camera. You have your proper gloves, so I feel like I'm in UFC.
You've made it.
Interview. So oh my God,
so
this is a dream.
So how do you feel now? Does it feel any different? Because obviously you've got your second fight coming up this weekend, and it's at FightStar, which is again one of the biggest amateur kind of organisations, amateur/pro organisations in the UK. So do you feel slightly less nervous or about the same, or?
I feel a little bit nervous, but I come here only with 1 pack of clothes.
Sure.
And I left everything, so I come here only for fight. So I always gonna feel nervous. If you don't feel nervous, if it's because maybe you have to feel nervous.
Of course. So how do you feel your training has changed, or how do you feel like your ability to perform has changed since coming over to GB Top Team?
Well, before I don't did so much wrestling.
Sure.
Like now, and I don't did so much sparring. And here in Jimmy Top Team, you have boys small,
Yes.
tall, anything you want.
Very big, very wide.
Yeah. So it's really good for sparring. This is like my first time that I do so much sparring, for a week. This is really good, really well. Sometimes I cannot do two because for my work and time. But now I feel different. I feel more strong. I feel like all my move every day change. I feel incredible. Yeah, I hope that I can continue like this and every day go more. Put my level up because I want to be big.
I suppose. Well, you have every chance of doing that. I mean, your first performance was fantastic, and you definitely have shown the abilities of the gym. I mean, how does it feel? Obviously, you've got amateurs that fight at GB Top Team. You've got pros, like you said. You've got people like Nathaniel Wood, Mark De Casey. The fact that you get to kind of interact and spar or roll with people like that, how does that feel? Do you feel kind of like a bit scared sometimes, or?
Yeah. My first time, I was so scared because I saw so many people, so many boys. Oh, I don't know. This is flyweight. No, this is butterweight. I don't know. I had to do a sparring with everyone, and everyone punch really hard. Nobody goes slow with you because everybody have hungry to get in the ring. So I was a little bit scared, and sometimes I feel nervous too. But when I saw so many people to talk to me, I feel comfortable too.
I think it's important that everyone. I think because everyone has the same goal. Everyone's at a different point of their journey, but everyone wants to make it. So I think everyone understands how you feel of you wanting to make it and be a star as much as kind of they do. So everyone kind of feeds off that. How does your family feel about you fighting?
Oh, they feel really happy.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they never see me so happy because I always was in pain in the Dominican Republic because always I was with hungry, tired, sleep. I want to sleep. I didn't have a really good bed. So now they know they have really good bed, really good food, and they are so happy. They told me, don't worry about anything. If you lose one day, I will be happy because I'm happy that you changed your life. That you now are in really good weight. You are not in bad way because you had difficult life, and you continue to do the really good thing for everyone and every day. You are really good man. Continue like this. And for me, I feel like sometimes I want to cry, but
of course.
I cry too much before, so I don't think like
that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. I think I think you should be very proud because I mean, it's one thing to be, say, like a UK-born fighter who has a hunger to win, but when you have real hunger, so when you're giving up eating and your own physical body to achieve something, I think that's something you should be very, very proud of because I mean you've literally changed your entire life. Everything's upside down, whereas you've got every chance of being whatever you want to be, kind of over here. So finally, if you want to say something to your friends and family in the Dominican Republic, feel free to use English or not if you want to do that. What would you like to kind of say to them, let them know how things are going and what you're kind of doing here?
I can speak Spanish.
Yeah, that's fine.
Que toda mi gente me sigan apoyando, sigan creyendo en mí. Yo sé que voy a ser grande y yo sé que voy a cumplir mi sueño con Dios por delante. No pienso rendirme mientras Dios me siga dando fuerza, no pienso rendirme, no pienso detenerme y ya verán. Es muy temprano decirlo, pero sí es seguro. Y es seguro porque yo siento que Dios está conmigo y Dios me va a ayudar, me va a cuidar y me va a llevar allá. Yo sé que voy a llegar a ser campeón, no solamente de Cage Warrior o de otra promotora, sino de UFC también, porque ese es mi sueño, llegar allá. Tengo hambre y voy a llegar allá. Y yo vine aquí por un sueño y hasta que no cumpla mi sueño, no voy a regresar a mi país.
Awesome. Delffy, I don't need to wish you any luck. I'm sure you're going to be absolutely fantastic on Saturday. Thank you so much for taking the time out, and we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, thank you for the interview. Happy to be here and say thank you, Brad, Ash, Barney, and all coach here and Great British top team, because they opened the door for me come here, so I'm so happy.
Good. That makes us happy too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.